We're also going to be joined today by another favorite, a great friend of this president, a tireless champion of strong borders and the rule of law, who spent a lifetime in law enforcement, Sheriff Joe Arpaio. I'm honored to have you here.
That's the Vice President of the United States, honored to welcome a former sheriff, a current U.S. Senate candidate who is convicted of defying a federal court order on racial profiling, then pardoned by President Trump. Pence made those comments in Arizona, the state where Arpaio targeted immigrants for traffic stops, detained them based solely on suspicion of their legal status.
I want to bring back our commentators, Robbie Wilk and Amanda Carpenter. Yes, Amanda, the president pardoned Joe Arpaio, but yes, this is a guy who was convicted of criminal contempt. And by the way, it's also a guy who still says as of March that he's 100% convinced that President Obama, former President Obama's birth certificate, was a fake document. Mike Pence is honored to have him there. What do you make of that?
I have a problem with the rule of law comment, and not so much as it applies to Judge Arpaio, although we can have that discussion, is the fact that he was given a pardon for criminal contempt. The Trump administration said, hey, you don't have to obey court orders. You don't have to go to trial. Pardoning somebody without going to a trial and seeing what they may be convicted of is nearly unprecedented. And that hasn't got nearly enough focus because, I mean, let's see what he would be convicted of. Shouldn't we have at least people go through the process rather than just, giving the finger to the court and saying, I don't have to talk to you?
So Arpaio is not the only candidate running right now, Robbie, who has been convicted of a crime. In West Virginia, you have the Senate candidate there, former coal mining CEO Don Blankenship, went to prison for conspiring to violate mine rules. 29 people died when the mine that he ran exploded. Here's his ad.
The politicians are running a lot of crazy ads. They blew up the coal mine and then put me in prison. Now they're running ads that say the coal mine blew up and I went to prison. There's no surprise there.
I mean, that's a real ad, first of all. Just let that sit with you for a moment. He did go to prison. The mine did blow up. These 29 people did die. He's not hiding from it. This is the law and order party, the Republican law and order party, and yet you have multiple people running as Republicans that have been convicted of crimes. You've got Michael Grimm here in New York running for Congress, Blankenship, Arpaio. What's going on?
I mean, this is Donald Trump's Republican Party. The facts don't matter, and I don't think the law matters for these folks anymore. And the president has 100% enabled and nurtured this kind of behavior. It should be surprising to us, that the vice president's on stage there in Arizona. I'm just shocked. Michael Grimm had to basically leave Congress because of his crimes, and now he's, a legitimate candidate to run again. I think Blankenship is probably a particularly good example in this case because that's someone who, because of his own negligence, killed 29 people. It was his company didn't keep that mine safe, and. As Democrats, that's where we're going to have to focus on how these people are hurting us and everyday people. And in Michael Grimm's case, it's his corruption. And in Joe Arpaio's case, I think he cost that county millions of dollars because of all the lawsuits. So it's stunning and it's scary. But we're going to have to be disciplined in our messaging because just